Hello everyone and welcome to episode 12 of 13 Sentinels. This is not going to be our longest episode by a wide shot, so we're going to jump straight in. Now I'm going to check to make sure. I'm pretty sure that we spent all of our mystery points, but let me just take a quick look. Mystery point 0. Yep. So with that, we're going to go straight back into the story of Shu Amaguchi. We've had a few days to think about it since our last episode. Oh, and by the way, anybody that's joining us from the previous episode, we made it through the storm just fine. I feel like we were very, very fortunate. The storm that we were referencing lost a lot of steam. Okay, not a lot. It was downgraded to a tropical storm. There was wind and a lot of rain and a lot of wind and more rain, but there was no appreciable property damage that we witnessed anywhere in our area, and everything was fine. And then we wound up being off for a couple days due to completely unrelated circumstances. So storm went fine. Here we are back. Led by the idol's voice, Shu Amaguchi took to the highway with Yuki Takamiya. Once past the tunnels, they reached the outer walls. Yeah, didn't they? So I expect that if we're picking up where we left off, which we don't always do, Shu and Yuki Takamiya are, like, they've reached the edge of the dome that represents 1985 Japan. And we've shared on many occasions some various theories on what's going on. It has long since been established that it's been said multiple times that they are multiple times. I'm making it sound like this is something that I knew all along. It was in fact something that we were trying to piece together as we went, that there would be references to the idea that we're not on Earth. And I was trying to, like, compare that out against the fact that it sure seems like Earth, and everybody there sure believes that they're on Earth. So which side of this equation is wrong? And it turns out, as of the most recent episode, that yeah, Shu and Yuki and Kasarugi and Kisaragi, sorry, is the word that I was thinking of, and A. Sekigahara all appear to mostly believe that they are traveling to different time periods in Earth's past, but now we have reason to believe that they may simply be moving through semi-adjacent domes that represent different time periods, and that this memory manipulation is being put into it. And as I've been recapping, hello to Borlak, who says you're playing weird games again. Oh, we're playing weird games exclusively, friend. So that's what we're into. It's this or punching people in the throat in oh gosh, Mad Max. But yeah, as I might have pointed out, at this time of year, sometimes the game that we're playing is dictated by the weather, and it is very hot out, so it's very much more comfortable to play a console game than to the PC game that just churns out lots of heat. And also, hello to Cara Luna. Borlak saying you could always play War Thunder with me. I don't think I know what War Thunder is. Also, I recently saw a stream that represented my own personal deep-seated phobia of playing multiplayer games, which I might share at some point. But with that, let's jump in. We're gonna go see more cool. Shu Amaguchi. But thank you very much for the invite. I'll look into what War Thunder is. Yeah, we're not at the dome anymore. I mean, we're in the dome, but not at the wall.
Man, I'm really off my game today. All these weird dreams must be getting to me. And that show that came on in the middle of the night. Wish that was just a dream.
Okay, yeah, Outer Walls does feel like it would be the top story of the day.
Yuki Inaba was right about everything. There was a boundary. So here we are, in 30 kilometers of city. And beyond that, nothing. Wish I could pretend it was all a dream. My own private little adventure with Yuki-chan.
Oh my god. So, god damn it, he's so, like, into Yuki, and it's like, dude, you just found out that you live in a terrarium. Why? Okay. So, but when he says beyond that, nothing, what does he mean? Like, we saw them reach, like, this lattice work of metal scaffolding, but did they find a window to look out of? What does nothing mean? Are they in space? Is it vacuum, or in the surface of a dead moon? Also, Borlak is saying of War Thunder, it's free. So the only excuse is because you don't like me. So if that's the case, wow. Oh, no. The much more prevalent excuse is I don't like War Thunder, which I'm not saying yet because I don't know what it is. But Unfortunately, I'm of the mindset that the freer the game, the less interested I will be in it, because free games tend to bring with them a lot of monetization. Now, that's not always true, because I'm actually a significant fan of Heroes of the Storm, which is entirely free. I've been playing that for years now, and I think in total maybe spent $5 on it. So free is not an indication of quality. It does sometimes become an indication of whether or not I will try it. I'll tell you the next game I intend to try, because it's at least thematically similar to what you're looking at here. I cannot stop wanting to try Final Fantasy XIV, because that's free all the way through like the first couple expansions, and it's not because it's popular on Twitch or anything like that. Every few years I get this hankering to play an MMO, and a game like this that has some, I don't know, just some sort of like semi-fantasy or sci-fi storytelling beat sometimes gets me into that, and I'm very hesitant to jump into something as deep as an MMO, because yikes, it can just consume all of your time. Free or not, it's just all of your time.
Back in my dream, he called himself Tetsuya Ida. We look identical, but that's not my name, so... In my dream, her soul was in an android body.
Oh, Christ, I remember your dream.
That's gotta be the craziest feeling. What would it even be like, not having a body of your own? This dream's probably way off in the future.
Okay, we've heard that one multiple times. So he still has this motorcycle key. No, we've seen him drive a motorcycle. What am I saying?
My motorcycle's a Shikishima GRD 250. I woke up late this morning, so I came to school by bike. But I've got it parked off in the...
Okay, we've heard that one. No, before I click on this one, Miyuki Inaba. Oh, right, that's the idol who talks to him through the television.
She was right. We found that weird barrier on the edge of town. Maybe I should listen to her more carefully. I just wanted a nice first date with Yuki-chan. So much for that. Now I've got myself wrapped up in some huge conspiracy. Used to be I'd just daydream about girls for a while and perk right up.
Yo, that's too much information.
Something tells me that's not really gonna work here. I see Tomi Kisaragi in there. Come on. What am I getting self-conscious for? It was just a dream. It's got nothing to do with anything I actually feel. But if I bump into her, things could get awkward fast. What I really need now is a cold drink. Just gotta grab a drink, sit down, and chill out for a sec.
So we're just going to check this. So we can see here that we've got an alternate path. Now, if I go to get the drink in the cafeteria, we can see where that goes. So I think we're looking for a as yet undetermined path. And Borlak is saying War Thunder definitely has a money, allows you to get your tanks up faster, and they're premium tanks, but despite having several premium tanks, I never use them. Yeah, so I've not played that game, but I will say that, like, if I get in a pre-order bonus, like additional gear, I'm usually, not all the time, but usually not going to make use of it, because I don't want to break the progression curve.
Wonder if Yuki-chan's here. Aha! Yuki-chan.
Quit following me.
Let's go to that tunnel again. We gotta get it on video. Send it to TV stations. Blow the lid off this story. If that was real, we gotta tell everyone.
Slow down. I got bigger fish to fry right now.
Okay, wait, hold on. We've played as Yuki. What bigger fish did she have to fry aside from we're all being lied to, the very nature of our reality is fabricated? Where is she off to? I don't remember that part of your story.
Hold on. What bigger fish? Because what we found was a huge fish, man. What's bigger than that?
I got detention.
Detention?
I kind of bombed the quiz. I mean, so bad that they're saying my test scores and my transfer paperwork don't make sense. Usually I just ditch, but I just got into the same school as Nachan. I don't want to get kicked out over this dumb crap.
I still don't feel like that's a... Hold on, I have to move this drink, because if I spill this all over my everything... Alright. Someday, live on stream, you will all be audio witness to me, like, spilling an entire drink directly into this microphone apparatus, and it's... The last sound that you hear is going to be one of pure
Could
anguish.
use a sugar boost.
Okay, we can go to the break area, I guess. Hold on a second. Wait. Before we go there, let's check our map. Are any of these the break area? Passageway? Touch Kisaragi. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, so not to the cafeteria. Let's go to the break area. Hopefully that's what this is. Oh, hello to Agathos Sophos.
Yeah, a little pick-me-up should do it.
I don't think I've ever really dove into any other free games. Dota 2, played that for a while. Well, you know what, Yuki-chan, it's sort of like what would he get, and he knows that Yuki likes Hey C.
This is Yuki-chan's favorite. Can't go wrong.
All right. Can I drink it?
A little sweet, a little sour.
Don't say just like Yuki-chan. Okay.
Man, I needed that. Okay, let's think about this.
So Barlocking Neverwinter is free to play. I A, didn't know that, and B, have really enjoyed...
Yeah, I only really see this going one way.
Hold on.
I tell someone and they dump me in a psych ward. So what can I do?
Show them.
Amaguchi-kun. Oh. Hey, Kurabe-kun.
Thank you to, wait, hold on. To Hoss00312_ for the follow. Yeah, I have been watching some of your streams, Borlak, when you and Lady B play Neverwinter. That also seems very cool. I like the Dungeons & Dragons flavor of it. I am very slow to adopt MMOs. I have gone deep on 2 MMOs, and even deep is going a little bit. I played a lot of World of Warcraft, and if you think in your head what a lot of World of Warcraft is, no, a little tiny fraction of that amount. So I mean, I went deep into it for me, and then the Old Republic, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Those were the 2 MMOs I really got into, and that last one I really did play a lot. Otherwise, MMOs just sort of bounce off me because I feel like there's so little story context, and it was the story of Old Republic that worked for me. And also, by the way, the story of Final Fantasy XIV that draws me to it. How do you feel about the story in Neverwinter, Borlak? How do you feel about that? Is that well told?
Could we hang out again today?
You got it. Let's see. Why don't we go to your place this time?
Hey, Forrest.
Don't you have the place to yourself right now? I want to check it out.
It's true my grandma's away visiting relatives, but... well, right now...
Juro's gonna be so humiliated if we discover that he's living with another high school student. Actually,
I
2.
have a guest staying over. Things are a little awkward, so... sorry. It's just not a good time.
Well, alright. Let's go to my place then.
Thanks.
I really thought, remember the kid that was standing here, like, facing the thing? I really thought at some point he was going to turn around and it would be like Okino or somebody. Oh, they've already been hanging out. I was going to ask, like, did he just leave his video game on all day?
Done already? Sorry. Looks like all we've got is soda.
Karabe's drink. Yeah, I'll think about this. Oh, I guess I can't think about it. I can only do with it.
Thanks, Amaguchi-kun.
I do legitimately like his bed.
It's getting dark.
I don't know why he has that bed, given the amount of space that he has to work with, but it's still a nice way to save space.
We should probably go get dinner soon. You're coming, right? My treat.
You already paid for my ramen last time. I feel kind of bad.
Then what? You want to call it a day?
I can still tag along. I'll just pay for my own food. Oh. You watched the video I lent you?
Hey, you recommended it. How could I not?
Did you already finish it? What did you think?
Kind of a campy plot. You've got this mad scientist who loses his real body, so he builds a new body and sets out, bent on revenge. It was interesting, but definitely not for casuals.
For a B-movie? That just proves it's a masterpiece.
Miyuki Inaba.
Oh,
What's up?
just learning something about you. I figured you were only really into Western music. Never thought you'd be into the idol scene. Miyuki Inaba. She's been really getting big lately, hasn't she?
Oh, that. I mean, you know how it is. I just got curious.
Curious, huh? It's an interesting way to try to wriggle out of, wow, you're really into this idol. You're probably collecting a lot of her albums or whatever idols put out.
Maybe I could tell Kurabe-kun about the TV stuff? He's one of the only people who might believe me. But how do I even bring it up? Don't want to get this wrong. I know if I don't make myself absolutely clear, I'll just come off as a crazy fanboy. Actually, maybe I better keep my mouth shut.
Sorry, I am, like, honestly, how would you attempt to broach the idea? So, he has good reason to believe that that the idol is talking to him through the television, because the idol gave him information that he did not actually have, told him to take a sequence of actions, and when he did it, he found out that he lives in a giant dome terrarium, and very importantly, was there alongside another person who can corroborate that happened. It wasn't a dream, it wasn't a delusion, it wasn't some sort of an elaborate hologram, it's an actual thing that he can verify happened. So he has every reason to believe that she's real, and really talking to him. However, how would you even start to tell your friend about it? Yeah, I don't know, late at night after everyone's gone, the characters in the TV talk to me and they tell me information and I do what they told me and now I'm a special boy. Like, there's just no way to navigate that conversation. Well, I don't speak from experience. You're speaking from experience. What are you talking about? Forrest is saying hello. Borlak was saying that the story in Neverwinter is passable. I think what I like about it most is the combat mechanic, but I haven't dived into a lot of the endgame content yet. I usually peter out on MMOs well before the endgame. That was exactly the point that I petered out on the Old Republic. I was so into the character stories, and then once I'd hit like what would be the endgame, I just immediately stopped playing that character. Forrest is saying, I was writing a rejection letter to that lab, and I started tearing up, which tells me how much I must really want it. The money at the other place is just too good. Damn life, I'd rather have this than no job offers. Yeah, that's the thing. Too many job offers is way better than the alternative. I'm like, Forrest, I'm not sure that when we sort of say it in passing as we're playing video games, I think I speak for a lot of members of the community that we are really happy for you. This is a great position to be in, and I think that any way you go, you're going to wind up having a lot of mobility. Centrifugal Force in 6 months is going to be making more than most of us, so yeah, kudos.
I'm getting hungry. Did you want to just grab dinner and go home?
Actually, do you think I could stay a little longer? I'd really appreciate it.
My old man's probably at his mistress's place again. And I'm all by myself here. Stay as long as you want.
Thanks.
Say, any specific reason you don't want to go home? Well, anyhow, want to get food?
How long are we going to be out of here? I also wanted to say one more thing about this game in general. It's interesting to me that we now have in a few different plot lines, I feel, the indication that if the dice were rolled just one more time, people fall in love with other people differently. Like, we've seen a version of Shu Amaguchi when he's known as Tetsuya Ida, who was so in love with Kisaragi that a decade after she presumably passed or disappeared, he built an android in her likeness. And yet, here, teenage Shu Amaguchi, presented with teenage Kisaragi, who are right there, are sort of generally disinterested in each other, and instead he's all into Yuki. And the only difference that we're aware of is that he didn't know Yuki in the year 2025. It's just interesting. That's one example, but Juro's going through his own version of that. And I want to say there's at least one other character who's involved in this timeline love triangle, where depending on where they are in their life, they have rather different romantic entanglements, even with the same people around.
We could swing by the video store.
Ricardo, thank you so much. Oh, speaking of, before I forget again, here you go. This one I brought with me. It's basically the sequel to that other sci-fi one. This story was meant for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. For you and me.
Memory transfer complete.
Okay. Ricardo, thank you so much for the resubscription. As Jab says, that's not at all creepy. And then Jab says, I don't find that surprising. Which part? Which part? Oh, is it just that Juro might be into Shu Amaguchi? Or that as different people are at different points in their lives, they might fall in love differently? Because to me, it sort of goes against a lot of Western storytelling with this starry-eyed view of love and destiny and soulmates and people are meant to be together. And at least the storytelling in this game is like, nah, man, it's like who you saw first, which is it's just a different take on, I feel like, I don't want to overgeneralize, but the storytelling that I am most familiar with as a resident of the United States would be that these characters find their way to the same people over and over again, regardless. Isn't that what The Fountain is about? Isn't that like the whole point of that? And I've not actually seen the movie.
Open your eyes, Juro. Or maybe the name 426 would be more appropriate. Do you recognize me?
You're Tetsuya Ida. Or at least an older version of him. Shan was gone a long time.
Is that Juro?
You always seem to notice that whenever I wake you up. It's been 3 years since you died. Next year, we enter the 22nd century.
So I just wanted to point out, wait. See how it's the year 2100 down there at the bottom right? That's true. The millennium actually starts the next year.
And how do I look now? Oh, this is horrific. No arms or legs. Not even a face.
You'll find the pain receptors are all still there, at least. So I'd really recommend you cooperate. You are now an android. Your consciousness is stored on an electronic brain.
So you pulled my data from Sector 0. Brought me back as a ghost.
I brought you back because we need to talk. You clearly did the most work on that underground supercomputer. So we're gonna have a little chat about your research. Let's talk about your final project. You were testing an unorthodox function for the interlocutor, downloading memories into a human brain. I'm picking up where you left off. so I'll need more details. Records say the memory transplant was a success, but all the raw data from the experiment was deleted. Why did you delete it? Did you hit some snag with the method? Okay, maybe you're still a little groggy. Let's wake you up.
Oh,
okay.
Whoops. Okay, hold on. Okay.
System security.
You've been bringing me back and killing me for a long time. You even got me to tell you how to interrupt the D-Force's production. Must have been painful if you got that out of me. Handling the Deimos code is dangerous, you know.
How far back did you look? I really need to keep an eye on you.
So that's your process. Copy me into this husk of tin. Then erase me once you have what you need.
You're a dangerous man. Better get rid of you early this time. Can't afford the risk.
I was thinking the same thing.
Ida-kun.
Okay, so pause. This is plainly android Tomi Kisaragi, since she, as they just talked about, is dead at this point in time. And I do want to read and respond to what Javid said, but so this is not the real one. Now, there is an open question, as far as I remember, that we don't know how android Tomi Kisaragi hurts her leg and subsequently has it like bandaged up. So we may find that out here. Also, my memory, and others who have been following along with this as a first watch through may have a better memory, but 426, that's Juro Izumi, isn't it? Maybe this should be a rhetorical question, but that's my memory, that 426 was, we first thought of it as being sort of like a nanobot disease, some sort of like a virus that was wiping people's memory, but I feel like at some point, and now I don't remember where, it was clarified that 426 is just a synonym for Juro Izumi.
What's wrong?
I found out from Morimura-san. You're trying to transplant my mind, aren't you? You want to replace the Tomi Kisaragi of this world with me. Do you realize how horrifying that is? How could you?
Wait, look. It'll mean you can be human again.
It means you're going to sacrifice a living human girl.
But she's you. It'll be your heart and mind going into your own body. What's wrong with that?
You know she's dead. The girl you're talking to. She's just a machine wearing Tomi Kisaragi's face.
But your heart is real. You're still you.
Don't you get it yet? The girl you knew will never come back. Even if you steal her body and transfer my mind.
Please. Please, without you, I'm...
You know I love you. But I can't support you. I can't support this.
That explains why you woke me up.
Oh, we're just putting on our own little soap opera. It's
It
this.
sounds like things aren't going according to plan.
Who's that?
Well,
I can tell you your biggest failure right now. She's standing right there. You should never have revived her as an android in the first place.
What I was going to say is that this adult man is like carrying on at least an emotional love affair with this 15-year-old high school student.
All you had to do was transfer her mind into a flesh body. You could have gotten everything you want. Nobody the wiser.
shut up!
Juro Izumi. You're Juro Izumi. Prisoner 426, aren't you? Why did you wake him up?
Same reason he brought you back. We're both his means to an end. Tools to be used and thrown away.
You should really mute him.
Why him?
Just had some technical things I wanted to check. Don't worry. I'll erase him as soon as I'm done. I had a couple more questions, but we'll get to them another time.
I noticed you kept Kisaragi's memory from before transplanting her into the android. Paranoia getting to you. You didn't need to keep so many backups. Strange move for a man who sees humans as replaceable hardware. Or maybe you had the same contingency plan for her.
He 100% did.
You could erase her and start over as much as you wanted.
And I'm just going to put money on he already has.
I've heard enough.
No need to get emotional. After all, me and your Kisaragi here, we're just data. All you have to do is reset us, and we spring to life. Just like you did to me.
Want to get some pizza?
I'm erasing him now. Just keep your eyes on the console for me.
That's right. Better watch carefully. Never know what might happen.
There. Deleted. That should do it.
Oh, wait, no, I know what he did. He transferred himself into her body. That's what just happened.
You know he was just trying to mess with our heads. Are you mad at me?
He did some sort of binary code flashlight on the screen and uploaded himself into her body. I don't know how that works, but that's what just happened.
Data transmission had been remapped to the delete button. Guess he was too worked up to notice. Never thought I'd find an escape route planned out for me. And by one of my past selves, no less. So, how are you doing?
What happened?
Hey, Kisaragi. How's the view from the other side of that shell? A shame it might end up getting you deleted. And by the man you love, too. Oh, very classical tragedy.
Izumi-san.
Sorry, but I need this body more than you do.
Oh, whoops. Must have fallen asleep watching a video. Looks like Karabe-kun went home. And the tape must have hit the end. It's automatically rewound. That dream just now. Feels like it started off the end of the last one.
Okay, before we go, Patikin, thank you so much for the raid, and hello to Psycho. So let's pause just for one quick second because there's so much happening. But I did want to read through what Jab had said. Jab had said of the fact that we see the same personalities falling in love with different people when they're sort of in different circumstances. He's saying neither of them would be the same person. Look at yourself at 18. How much of that is still yourself? Is there ever a point in your life where you don't look back 5 years and think you were smarter than... where you don't... I think the point that Jab is making is that, you know, you look back on your life and always think that you've come a long way from where you were. I think that that's the goal, if I'm not reading it correctly. Hopefully you're much smarter now than you were at some arbitrary point in the past. Well, for like, my point is that for these people, they're basically experiencing perfect amnesia, where they don't remember who they were in a past cycle or past version of themselves. It's, you know, you have Juro Izumi, who, as far as we can tell, enters into a romantic affair with Megumi, but then when that exact person with what you would think of as being a broadly similar personality, but no memory of those events whatsoever, same age, same everything else, is sort of like reset to be a high school student in 1985, he couldn't be less interested in her. Like, actively gives her the cold shoulder every chance he can. And instead, who's he even into? Doesn't he have like the eyes for somebody else? Maybe it's nobody, maybe it's a Shu, but whoever it is, he just doesn't care about her at all, and like kind of hand waves away her feelings and efforts, and it's hard to see the way that he treats her. That's Juro. For Shu, it's, so how did I know that was a scene where Juro Izumi was transplanting into Kisaragi's body? Because several episodes now ago, we saw a scene where I think it was in Natsuno's story. She was in the bathroom and robot Kisaragi had her personality transferred into robot Tamao. And it turned out that was Juro as well. It's like it's such a complicated story, you guys, but we've actually seen how that progresses from that point. So when she came in as a robot, I was like, okay, so somehow she gets overwritten, and now we know how. It was that the delete button had been remapped to a new function. And hello to Blobbity Blah. I hope the storm passed by without any harm. Yes. Absolutely no harm. Thank you very much for asking. But yeah, in our neck of the woods, no problem whatsoever. It was a big relief, believe me, because that was not an idle concern. We spent a lot of time that weekend getting ready for to probably be without power for multiple days, and it turned out just fine. But yeah, thank you very much for inquiring.
You saw the video.
Hey! Man, I'm not even surprised anymore.
Are you still the same Shu Amaguchi?
Yeah, I saw it. But what are you talking about?
What you saw wasn't a video. Everything you saw was real. All events of the distant past.
But wait, did Juro watch the same video? Because I feel like he would have questions about that whole episode.
Okay, hold on. I borrowed that video from Karabe-kun. So let's assume you're telling the truth. What's Karabe-kun's part in it? Does he want me to see this stuff too?
He's the same as you, watching the past unfold. Even if he has no idea. He doesn't know that it's why he keeps coming over. Or even that he's communicating with me.
Wait, you talked to him? When? We were just hanging out, playing games, watching movies.
That's how it appears to you, yes.
So Karabe-kun's watching the past too. Is that what these weird dreams are?
Yes.
So, wait. All these dreams look pretty futuristic. You're saying they were in the past? keep seeing that guy in my dreams.
It's his past you're seeing. He resembles you greatly. His name is Tetsuya Ida.
Okay, so now you've shown me all this crazy vision stuff. Now what?
I have to find out what he's thinking. What he intends to do. If he's thinking of resetting the plan, then he has to be stopped.
There's a plan?
Wait, she's okay. She's talking about Ida in the present tense, but that quasi makes sense because Yuki Takamiya is currently working for Tetsuya Ida, although he doesn't look like Shu Amaguchi. God damn it, this is so complicated.
Okay, so what's this plan? Come on, what have you got cooking? This isn't gonna be some big evil scheme, right?
It's not. It's called Project Ark. The plan is meant to save humanity. As a species, you will all be moved to another planet. And whether you know it or not, this plan revolves around all of you.
Whoa.
Okay, well, we got 2,800 meta chips. So what's our best guess at this point, really quickly? We have spent a lot of time working out, are they traveling in time, or are they sliding to different parallel dimensions? And starting with the previous episode, what if what's happening is they're not traveling through time or dimensions at all? What if there are 5 or 6, I've forgotten how many, domes that represent different points in humanity's past, 1945, 1985, 2025, 2065, and then maybe a 5th that I'm forgetting right now. And like, it was always a question, why can they not travel back in time further than 1945? And I was thinking, well, if they're sort of shifting between different parallel dimensions, maybe that's the last one that they can find, and everything else is just, I don't know, molten lava dinosaur world. But no, what if they're not traveling in time at all? They're just teleporting to different domes that are here on this planet, or wherever they're actually stored, and there's no time travel happening at all. Well, then the question is, why are there different versions of the same characters? Why do we have a Tetsuya Ida and a Shu Amaguchi? Why do we have an Iori Fuyusaka and also a Ms. Morimura? Well, my best thought on that is that they're clones. Some of them are older than others, but they're going through this, like, what they're interpreting or misinterpreting as a time loop is actually a reset of the simulation with a new cloned population being brought in, and some of them are clones of these people that we've seen living in the year 2188. Whatever year is actually the present day has got to be after 2188. It's the only thing that makes sense based on all the information that we're getting. I love piecing this together, by the way. Patikin saying hello to Centrifugal Force. Jab is saying, have I ever mentioned that I hate time travel? I love time travel when it's well done. And boy, is that a big provision on that statement. Carolina is saying, you have Jab. Have I ever mentioned that I love it? Oh yeah, I'm with Carolina on that. Clones or many robots with their personalities. So that's interesting. How many of them might be robots beyond just Kisaragi? Have we ever seen any of them get injured? What if they're all robots? That's a new idea. Anyway, let's play some more, because I can talk about what we think is going on, or we can find out. To restore Tomi Kisaragi to her original body, Tetsuya Ida attempted to extract information from 426. Oh, by the way, we also learned there that it's prisoner 426. The idea that Juro Izumi would at some point be synonymous with 426, that has been, like, not a real question. I just thought it was like a weird code that they came up with. But no, he was a prisoner, and that was his prisoner number. And the reason the number is so low is that there's only 5 million people in existence. So just a tiny percentage of that would be prisoners, I guess. Anyway, but 426 tricked him and took over Kisaragi instead.
Yo, So me and Karabe-kun, probably Fuyusaka too, the dreams we're seeing are actual events from the past. And it turns out this place is actually isolated? And how do you know all this? Oh, you know, just the pop star Miyuki Inaba talking through my TV. Who the heck do I even talk to about this? If I just tell the truth, they'll throw me in a loony bin.
Talk to Yuki. I mean, never talk to Yuki because you suck, Shu, but there's only one person that he can confide to in this, and that's the person who's seen the most of it. Yeah.
I just wanted a nice first date.
Okay, we heard that one.
The way she describes it. These aren't just dreams and videos Karabe-kun and I see. They're actual events that happened in the past. The past of Tetsuya Ida.
So blah 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 is asking, I still don't understand if Project Arc is to save humanity, why stop it? That is absolutely a hanging question. I think it's Iori Fuyusaka. No, sorry. It's Ms. Morimura, who's the adult version of Iori Fuyusaka. At some point... Shit. Okay. Okay, let me just parenthetically... I don't know that either, blah blah blah, and that is a big question. Why are there kaiju who are actually like terraforming robots designed by Shikishima? Why are they attacking the domes? They're trying to get to supercomputer terminals that lead underground, which we now believe might just be the giant spaceship that they're all floating on. But why? Where are they going? Why are they trying to get there? Anyway.
The way Miyuki Inaba tells it, those dreams weren't from the future like I thought they were. They already happened. It's all in the past. In my dream, her soul was in an android body. That's gotta be the craziest feeling. What would it even be?
Okay, we heard that one.
Back in my dream, he called himself Tetsuya Ida.
But that's not my name.
Look identical.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's not just our names. He and I are totally different people. Miyuki Inaba was right about everything. There was a boundary. So here we are, in 30 kilometers of city. And beyond that, nothing.
Okay. So, let's check our map. Okay, we're on an all-new track now, so anything I do will lead to something brand new. And that's really all we know.
Yuki-chan? Nope, not here. Well, she is occupied. Detention is a cruel mistress.
You never got detention for not doing well on a test. Believe me, if you could get detention for not doing well on a test, I would never have seen the inside of my own home.
Tomi Kisaragi isn't here. Well, probably for the best, actually. Bumping into her now would be super awkward. Kurabe-kun.
Amaguchi-kun.
Hey, you going home? Perfect timing. See, about that video.
Sorry. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Oh, it's cool. Huh?
Oh, nothing. See ya.
Kurabe-kun. Seems like something's up with him. Maybe he's figured something out, too? Maybe I need some fresh air.
Fluffy Magic Cat is saying that they remember going through the same questions while playing through the game. I am...
Maybe I should just go public. Lay everything out in the open. I guess I could record Miyuki Inaba talking to me? Send that tape out to TV stations.
So here's the thing, just very quickly. If he were successful at convincing people that they were all living in a simulation world and that nothing was real outside that dome, I would expect there to be mass panic and, I don't think it would go well. I think that ripping people away from their, like, I think for a lot of reasons, people want to be free, people want to feel like they have self-determination, people want to feel like they've chosen to live here, and as soon as it was pointed out to them that there are walls that prevent them from going anywhere and everything they believe about their reality is a lie, I think that that would really, really hurt people's psyche. So I don't think that he should be so enthusiastic about going public. Then again, he's what? I mean, he's probably 15, 16 himself, so he's not gonna be real cognizant of the long-term impacts of that.
What's got you so spaced out?
Amaguchi. Just got shit on my mind. What about you? You look like hell. Something weighing you down?
Yeah, you could say that.
Hey, remember when I skipped school for a few days?
What about it?
Yeah, I actually spent those days stranded in another time. Stuck in the future.
Huh. Well, me, I'd go with a more plausible excuse for ditching.
Yeah, that's about what I figured.
Shu, you've been up to some way weirder shit, face it.
So, what's going on with you?
Huh? Oh. You know that pop star, Miyuki Inaba? She's been showing up in my room every night. I don't know what to do.
Well, if you're gonna make me feel stupid for asking.
Yeah, that's about what I figured. Oh, I totally forgot.
What's up?
Yakushiji-san from Class 1C. She said she wanted to talk to me today. Said she'd find me up here.
This shit again?
Did we see that from her
Sometimes
perspective?
you're real annoying to be friends with.
I have a vague
I'll
memory
just
of
get out of
this.
your way then.
Again?
Oh, just stuff from middle school. Girls used to confess their love to me in front of him all the time. Oh, wow. Is that what this is about?
Yeah, we definitely saw this.
I'm sorry. Really, I've got feelings for someone else.
That's not what I came here to tell you.
Oh, sorry. Awkward. So, what do you need?
No need to apologize. This might hurt a little anyway. Mission accomplished.
Sentinel number 20. Transmitting. What's going on? What is this? Where am I? Wait a minute. Is this the robot I saw in my dreams? Whoa, shit, this thing flies!
Launch point looks to be Yaimachi.
Close to Sakura High School. There's no mistaking it. It's a Sentinel. Notify all ministries and agencies, and the US military. Tell them no scrambles. Showa-era weapons won't do much against a Sentinel. We don't know who's on it or what their intent is. And call in Ryoko Shinonome. Still ascending. What's it trying to do? That Sentinel. I believe that's the last aerial lightweight craft designed by Okino. I thought it never even entered production. Who is that?
So that guy on the left there talking, that's Tetsuya Ida as we've always known him throughout the story. Don't know why we're zooming in on this particular part of the robot.
No way! I knew I was going up, but I can't have gone that high. Altitude reading says 2,078 meters.
You've bypassed the upper shield. You are now outside the enclosure.
I'm outside the wall now? So, outside that, it's just... space? What does all this mean? I saw a lot of these huge robots in my dreams, but... none of them could fly.
That is Sentinel number 20. And you are its operator.
Does Yakushiji work for you?
The Sentinel was never meant to be transmitted. They found us.
Who's they?
Intruders from another district. They left their origin point and came to your world.
Another district? Wait, there's more than one of these places?
We need to hide the Sentinel. I can't do anything for you here. You have to go back to your sector.
Go back how? This thing's got propellers. Whoa! We're going down!
What the? Amaguchi?
Hey, it's Yuki-chan. I knew it. It's like I keep saying, we gotta be soulmates. Good timing, too.
I'm sorry, it's just, he has the land speed record from 0 to gross.
Kinda hoped I'd see you one more time before I died.
You're seriously still talking this crap, even now? Is that thing yours?
Sentinel number 20, transmitting.
It's gone.
I'm just glad I didn't crash somewhere with people.
You gotta tell me what happened.
We'll take over from here. Of all possible pilots, I'd never have expected you. Shu Amaguchi.
Four Eyes.
We're agents with the government. Allow me to be direct. Cooperate with us and I can guarantee your safety. If not, you will be institutionalized. You know something? I really, really hate being talked down to. Especially from guys like you.
Easy, Amaguchi.
Yuki-chan, you know this guy?
What? Why?
She is a member of our organization. What? You were part of her assignment. She was sent to monitor pilots like you. That's why she was transferred to Sakura High School. No way! Tell me he's kidding.
Amaguchi,
I suggest you cooperate, Shu Amaguchi. For Takamiya's sake, if nothing else.
So it remains an open question to me whether that, who I believe that's Tetsuya Ida. We know his last name is Ida. I might be misremembering his given name or whatever. Is that genetically still the same person as Shu Amaguchi? Because when we see Shu Amaguchi as an adult, he's got that sort of like shaggy brown hair. The Tetsuya Ida that we recognize looks a lot different. I'd be fascinated if they're the same voice actors. They don't sound remotely the same to me, but that's what good voice acting is. I'm gonna go check the... Okay, so we have to clear wave 10 of the combat. I'm gonna go look to see if we can do combat, but I don't think that we can. Just see if we can check some mystery files. I want to read chat as well. All right. The strange dreams that Amaguchi has been seeing were actually the past experiences of Tetsuya Ida, who looks near identical to him. In order to protect Project Arc, Miyuki Inaba expressed that she wants to learn her thoughts. Miyuki Inaba remains a complete mystery to me so far. Okay, here's some 4th generation Sentinels. The final battle is the first time they're put to use. And that's it. Okay, that's all the... So let me just read through chat, and we're going to do another story. And I already know who we're going to do, but let me just scroll back here. Bobby Blast saying, and why are the terraforming... Okay, and then, is it a soul in the android? Is a copy of someone's brain a soul? Well, that's an interesting existential question. My answer would tentatively be no. It's not what I would consider a soul, but it might be the next best thing. I guess my question is, I believe that you are not only a collection of your memories and experiences, but also probably the way that you process new memories and experiences. So if you are no longer harnessed by your biological brain and you've been put into a different structure, you would necessarily process new information differently. And to an extent, yes, it would still be filtered through your previous experiences, but if your nerves are different, if your reflexes are different, if your ability to process and articulate information is different, I think that you would rapidly become a different person than who you might otherwise have been. This is just my thoughts off the top of my head, but based on that, I don't think that it's the same as a soul. I'm not well equipped to speak to the spirituality of it, but I would probably consider a person's... I would say this, to the extent that it's a soul, it's a different soul. Because I want to be very careful about not saying that like if you cloned a person or transplanted somebody's memories and thoughts into an artificial construct, do they no longer qualify as having the rights of a human being? That's a different question. I don't feel like that's necessarily tied to a person's soul, but rather to a person's responsibility, intelligence, and capacity for self-actualization. And for that is not something that I feel equipped to get into, but I don't think that requires a soul. I think that if you think, I believe that if you are capable of thought, and especially emotion, then you are a human being for all the amount that it matters. And overall capacity for those things don't change the fact that I felt like I've really got involved here, but the degree of your intelligence or your emotional intelligence don't define you as more or less human, but rather simply the fact that you are capable of those things render you... I feel like that's one of the core concepts of being worthy of the rights and recognition of being a human being, if that makes sense. So hopefully that sort of qualifies it. That was a very deep answer, but then again, what qualifies as a soul is also like kind of a deep question. So I don't think that we can do any more. Oh no, wait, we totally can, I think. Yeah, let's do it. Also, Bobby Blood said of Shu Amaguchi's transport into the robot, wait, where am I and why am I naked? The question that none of them seemed to ask after the very first time that we saw that. Bobby Blah said of him reappearing in front of Yuki-chan, sliding into her DMs with style, which I like. Caroluna said, he's never zero, always gross. Yeah, it is true. It's easy to maintain that when you're just sort of maintaining momentum, not ever stopping for a break. Force says, I just sent off the offer rejection letter. That was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Like I said in the past, I'm not an emotional person by any means, but there are tears streaming down my face. I know that it was a tough decision to make, Force. So my, not condolences, because I feel like you've made an affirmative and correct decision, but my sympathies. Jav said, hell, just your gut bacteria makes a difference. Or is there even a soul? Oh, I am not equipped to answer whether or not a soul exists, but I do feel like a soul is probably non-transferable, but maybe... Like, how do I want to phrase it? I feel like I sort of like offered my thoughts on it. If you create a perfect copy of a human being capable of processing thought and emotion and memory in that way, I don't believe that you transferred a soul or necessarily replicated one. I do feel like you have given rise to something new. So I guess that's the way to think about it. Okay, so we're going to do a combat, which I didn't think I'd be able to do. So let's take everybody off the squad. And the first thing we're going to do is who's who's the lowest level. Whoops, no, that was the wrong button. I do not want to recover. Okay, wrong button. How about the right button?
Fine.
Nope. There we go. Okay, so who's the lowest level? We've got 12. Beat 12. We got another 12. All right, level 12 it is. So, who are two level 12s? Because they're definitely getting on the squad. I think the other one was, yep, you. So you're on the squad. All right, so we've got a G1 and a G2. Not to overdo this, but who's the second lowest level? I think we got some 13s in here. Okay, so Goto, you're on the squad. Shu, you're on the squad. All right, that works. Goto and Shu. So now we've got two level 4s. And by the way, I'm doing it this way because we can see here that no matter who we bring along, they're going to be exhausted next time. Oh, and I did not look at the bonus objectives. So we also want Hijiyama and Miura on the team. So, sure.
Understood.
And then Hijiyama is over here.
I'll fight.
Yeah. Man, that's great. That's a perfect squad. We got some representation from all the different forces. Let's just take a look to see what kind of kaiju we're expecting. Many modified drum mine kaiju will appear. Well, that's great. I got 2 G1s. Yeah, I feel good about this. So, before we go, I've got a lot of points to spend. Yeah, 47,000 to be exact. So, also, yeah, I'm actually going to burn that. We're going to get up to meta system level 10. And we're gonna get a meta chip rewards. So we're now officially getting double meta chips awards, and those are fully maxed out. Perfect. That was expensive, but I think worth it. So, next up, who do we think has the fewest upgrades so far? Shu Amaguchi. Go figure. The dude I dislike the most has the fewest upgrades. Well, we gotta fix that. So let's go in here. Yeah, we gotta update this. It's not that he has no updates, but we need him to have more abilities. He's a G4, he's highly mobile, he can get around pretty quickly. Yeah, I kind of like floating mine. That's really good. Yeah, let's get that on there. The other option there is flare torpedo. And shield repair. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get both those. And now let's actually equip them, because I'm the master of not doing that. And so shield repair, I think he might be the first person to have that, and I've not made use of it before. So before we dump too much into that, we're going to update the 2 new abilities that he got, because I know floating mine and what is that, flare torpedo are good. So we're still now left with 10 grand. I like multi-locking missiles nearly all the time, and arm-mounted pulse lasers, because that's our free ability. Let me do shield matrix, I think. All right, that's a lot of investment to Shu Amaguchi. If I wanted to update one other person, I think that I might... Yeah, so we haven't done any... I can do a good upgrade for him. His Demolisher Blade borderline one-shots whatever it hits. So the next thing that I want for him is the ability to get around and use it more frequently. So we're going to upgrade his speed and defense. All right. Sounds good. I've got almost 3 grand left. Probably do some sort of cool upgrade with that. They upgrade her sentry gun. Or shield emitter. Can I upgrade her shield emitter? I can, yeah. Let's upgrade that twice. I love shield emitter. All right, and anything else? Arm mounted, that's okay. I don't know, let me see, who else can I upgrade? Stun knuckles, yeah, let's upgrade that twice. Oh, I can't quite do it twice. All right, that's good enough. Let's hit it.
When to use your support units. The Guardian types are especially important. They spike the D-Force's threat identification signals. It makes them think it's a high-priority target. They can draw attention away from us as a decoy unit. That can distract the enemy away from us and the terminals. The EMP equipment on the first gens can get us some breathing room too. Though it tends to draw their attention instead of diverting it. It can be a risky move.
A true soldier faces his foes head-on with pride. I couldn't ask a better chance at glory.
Okay, gear down. My whatever your name was. Okay, activate and destroy.
We can do this, right?
Oh, this is great. Look, there's no kaiju on the field, and we've only got this person. So let me do something that was actually pointed out to me by my producer. It's probably a good, strong first move. Let's just do shield matrix on everyone right now. I don't know who has that. Oh yeah, shield emitter. Look at this. Right there. Get everybody. I think that's everybody, yeah? Should be.
Please, help us.
Stay on guard.
Now, the only trouble with shield emitter is that I don't know if it's based on time or damage or whatever causes it to come down. Or maybe it's when we step outside that circle that I'm just now recognizing for the first time. Well, regardless, we've got kaiju coming in here. So I would love to make some use out of those mines that I just picked up. Oh, wait. Action. Yeah, flare torpedo. Let me, we're gonna move a little bit over here.
Number 20, moving out. Now then.
Oops, no. Grab this and flare torpedo. Drop that right where they're coming down.
My treat. You're not throwing away my shot.
Attacks aerial kaiju? No, that's not what I want. Who can do... Oh, yeah. So, let's definitely get one of my G1s over there.
They're like any other punks. Okay, what now?
And probably the other one as well, I would think. Like, we're going to get very punchy pretty quickly here.
I won't back down.
And he might as well, he might as well just stay where he is. There's not really anything. He's a G3s are long-range guys. So the only other thing is, drop a, why not drop a second flare torpedo? Fuck them. I don't know if they'll stack, but I don't know if they won't.
Your training. Number 10, moving out. Where are they?
Unbelievable. I'm acting like an amateur.
Get over here-ish. Oh, wait, what have I done? No. I wanted to move.
Fast.
They're like any other punks.
I don't actually know if the kaiju do damage when they come down, but I usually don't want to be, like, actually at the impact site.
Overthinking it. Not throwing away my shot.
Okay. So they landed. They had a real bad time of it. And now we just got to blow them all up. So, long-range missiles.
Target confirmed. What now?
And let's do some Demolisher Blade. As far as I can tell, Demolisher Blade will do damage until it destroys what it hits, and then it will do damage to the next thing in its arc, and so on and so on.
Take it. That's what you get.
Yep.
Practice round's over.
Okay, and there's one dude left. I don't think that we need to worry about that so much as the next group coming down. So let's sort of store your ability and get you here close to ground zero. Killer is saying, now there's a thing I hate when people in that sort of situation nag on about glory in general. Oh yeah, I mean they're trying to like save the city, and presumably I feel like the people have probably been evacuated, but there's a lot more thing than important things than personal glory. Okay, yeah, this is great. How about some more flare torpedo?
My treat.
Focus.
Now, we've got one fairly heavily armored enemy in there, and he's not having a good time because he's still getting flare torpedoed, but what can I do to, yeah, not a lot of great options with her. I guess multi-rock... Oh, no, we're too far away. Sentry gun? Sentry gun's usually a good call, because it's going to, like, do a bunch of damage on anything it's in range of.
Enemy. What's optimal?
Yeah, double up.
How's this? Bullseye. Unbelievable.
All right, you just chill out for 1 second. All right, here we go. Oh, no, wait, we've got another crew coming in. So...
They ought to be used to fights by now.
All right. Yeah, let's polish off this last guy. The reason I care about the G-Molar, like, bomber guys is they blow up in a big radius and I think do a lot of damage to the city as well as to the people. Carolina says there's few things more irrelevant than glory. Yeah, I feel like I spent a lot of my day having a variation on that conversation. So we could do EMP surrounding, but none of these guys are flight guys that I can see. Oh, maybe actually multiples of them are. Are they? Oh, they are. Okay. So, sure, EMP surrounding.
You're just small.
Let's knock them all down.
Enemy down. Bingo. That easy. What's our plan?
All right, so we've got 2 more crews coming in, and my flare torpedoes haven't recharged fast enough for me to greet them. So I'm probably going to wait until some of these dudes come down. I mean, I can shoot some rockets over here, but it hardly seems worthwhile. I don't even think that they can do their blow-up move when they're EMP'd.
I won't back down. Enemy on the move. I'll try. No point overthinking it.
Yeah, let's not overthink it. Let's get you over in this direction.
Number 10, moving in. Make it work.
All right, and now we're going to demolish or blade all the guys that are left in here.
Humanity, are we winning?
Okay, so we have a whole bunch of dudes that came down here, and... Oh, no, not down here. So the next question is, can I get a flare torpedo? Oh, it's so close. I bet we're going to move him a pretty short amount.
Number 20.
Hopefully before they actually land. Yeah. Okay, action. Flare torpedo. Yep.
Mine is free.
Next move.
Okay, now, as far as this goes, let's... Oh, I was going to do multi-locking missiles, because he's a G4, he's going to fly over there and blow him up right in his face. It's going to leave him really vulnerable to counterattack, so I don't think I want to do that. I can still flare torpedo him. That's going to dissuade them from coming very much closer. Also throw down a shield matrix. I might want to do this. I feel like you can never have too much in the way of shields.
Shields up.
Thank you.
Just watch.
I won't back down.
Okay, are any of these guys flying over here? No, they are not. So, next option. How much armor do we have coming in here? Armored. No, the twin tails are not armored, but I think that the dudes in front... No, this should actually be a relatively good hit, I think.
Now.
Let's get through that front line.
Enemy signal terminated. They're like any other punks.
Okay, so again, we've got a whole bunch of aerial folks that have come in. That's great. Let's EMP attractor them.
I'm right here. Yeah! That all you got? Bullseye.
Okay, so she last laid down a sentry gun. I'm feeling like... Yeah, so she fires her multi-rocket missiles from a farther distance away. She doesn't fly up to them because she doesn't fly at all. So, yeah, good long-range attack.
It worked! I got him!
All right, so now we're left with just the armored folks over there. Oh yeah, and they are full on board the Go Attack Ogata train. So, all right, I don't want to go down that path. Yeah, let's see if we can axe these 2 guys.
Come on! Got him! That's it! I guess life comes at you fast.
Yeah, I want to get him over there. See that big purple guy over there? That's who I want next.
I'll make it work.
Or maybe I really should focus on these guys. Yeah, where are they coming down? Right around here?
Number 12.
Because he can EMP them into compliance, I feel like. Yeah, you're on break. We're just going to wait there for a second. Oh, look at this. Didn't realize these guys came down, but that's a little tiny swarm of dudes like that is a great target for the sort of arc firing missiles. The machine guns is what I'm thinking of.
Man, we've got it rough.
All right, these guys down here are well in hand. Let's see what's happening up here or over there, or floating mines. Moves to the target area and deploys kaiju-sensitive floating mines. Overheats kaiju on detonation. All right, let's put that, like, right here, I feel like. And flare torpedoes. Flare torpedoes great for those guys coming in. Alternatively, yeah, fingers crossed, I feel like this is really going to mess up that swarm.
I'll stop them. Hit. Signal offline. I'll make it work.
Okay, you wait for that guy to crash down. Should just be a few seconds. And for you, do like a free rush attack. Do we think that's going to be enough to like mess him up? Because Demolisher Blade kills him for sure, but it also takes up a lot of energy. And if I can avoid exhausting that, be a good idea. All right, so let's just wait for this to come down. And yeah, everybody else is recharging. So just going to have to wait a second.
Not throwing away my shot.
Okay, long-range missiles. This is great right there. I don't know that it's going to kill any of them, but they're not going to be too happy about
They
it.
don't stand a chance. Did I get it?
What next?
Okay, and he is perfectly where I wanted him in this giant. So all of that pink there, I think that's their attack radius. I think they're getting ready to blow up. I might be wrong about that. Hopefully I won't be wrong for too much time. Oh, hold on. This camera angle's terrible. Yeah. Demolisher Blade. And we're going to go... I mean, actually, if I'm going to knock them away, which this might do, we want to knock them further away from the terminal. So we're going to come over here and do it this way. It's so fucked.
Enemy down.
Okay. So, I like multi-rocking missiles. These guys are all armored, though. Yeah. So, we got more guys coming down here. Drop a shield emitter. Yeah, we've got some incoming attacks. Let me throw down a shield emitter here.
Please, help us.
They're like any other punks.
Okay, so Ogata here, he is completely cleaned out of this area, so he's fine. And these guys just arrived on the scene. Now, he can't do anything about that yet, but it does inform us on where we want to head off to. We'll bring him up to this intersection and then figure out where we want to go from there.
Number 10. Picking up enemy signatures from above.
All right, so I don't want to move outside these nice blue shield generating things. And they're riding in right now. We've got a big swarm coming in here. We've got some missiles coming out to greet them, I can see. And we got a guy that's about to explode. What can I do about that? Flare torpedo those guys. But then again, like the arm-mounted pulse lasers, like that really screwed them up. Yeah, the only trouble is that I'm not hitting all of them. So let's just move very slightly over here.
Hope I can pull my weight.
No, I don't want... Also, did he or did he not deploy his floating mine? That's what I told him to do, and I didn't see very much evidence of it. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Yeah, it's not really going to hurt those guys that are armored, but again, some damage is better than none.
Don't miss. Bullseye.
Even if it's only double digits and it was effectively harmless. Yeah, this attack is going to do... Oh, no. Oh, wait, I take it back. It ignores armor. Oh, that shut me up. Yeah, hit everybody in that line for me.
Good. Unbelievable.
Always read your weapon descriptions, kids. Hello to Ephinomenon, who says the mines are dropped evenly spaced all along his flight path. Oh, thank you for telling me that. I thought that he flew there and then deployed them at the point. I don't know why that's flickering so badly. I don't necessarily know. Move away from that. I don't like having that on screen. Let's go to Demolisher Blade and hopefully kill that thing before it explodes.
Here it comes! A fight! Try again.
That ought to be used to fights by now.
So most of the guys here were destroyed recently, but we do have that big RFP that's gonna, or RPF rather, that's a mobile factory. It's gonna keep spitting out guys until we take care of it. So let's take care of it. Oh, can I get, I want the behind attack if I can get it. No, I can't. That's okay.
Come on! Take it, you like that? Stay calm. Remember your training.
So I'm kind of liking the heavy railgun because it's going to hit, not, you know, it hits everything, including the aerial guys and the dude that's getting, you know, fixing to explode there or whatever. So
Here we go. Take that! Got one!
Nice. Are we...
oh, that, so this guy fired off sort of like a spore burst of munitions and basically hit everything around him, which sucks because that surely increased the amount of damage the city's taken. Or maybe not. The defense is still at 100%, but that's probably just the terminal defense. Okay, so we're running low on energy. I'm not too worried about that based on what we've got on the field, but it's worth... oh, shit, this guy's about to explode. Eesh. So, I can't do... yeah, I cannot rely on that working. So here's what I'm going to do. Hold on. We're going to fire off the Phase Plasma EMP. I think that resets his firing pin. I don't actually know. Let's try it. Yep. Hit them all.
Hope I can pull my weight.
Okay, now we're going to try to do this, which ignores any armor that he might have.
Bingo!
Nice.
Enemy down!
What do I do?
Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is our last group of dudes. Feeling okay about this. Heavy Knuckles time. Oh, not yet. Can't get there.
We can do
So,
this,
move.
right? Number 15,
They're like any
moving
other
out.
punks.
Oh, wait. Iori, I've got bad news. I don't think he's going to be there by the time you arrive.
Chew on this!
Okay, hold on. You got to go
That's what
tell
you
Iori to go
We can
do
do
something
this.
else.
Right?
Okay, so this guy is firing. The good news is he's firing at nothing except maybe the city. I would like to stop him, but may not be able to.
Number 15,
I guess
moving
life
out.
comes at you fast.
Start getting moved over in this direction. This is not one of mine. Or no, it is. What is this person's story? I'm actually not sure.
Number 12, moving out. Now then.
Nah, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything helpful anyway. Yeah, multi-locking missiles not going to do anything against that. Yeah, we might as well take out that twin tail before it decides to, I don't know, break into dance or something. He's really not very much of a concern.
Hit. Target destroyed. I'll make it work.
Okay. Is this or is this not an enemy? It is. Okay, so I can tackle him. Yeah, let's do rush attack, because rush attack is free.
I deny you. Yes.
I don't think he needs too much coaxing to be dead.
No point overthinking it.
All right. That dude is too far away, I think, for a Demolisher Blade. But we did upgrade his mobility, so yeah, okay. Glad I checked.
Class is in session.
What do you want to bet Ogata gets MVP here?
Termination of enemy signals confirmed. Aegis activated. Terminal closure complete. Surrounding 2-kilometer area now fully secure. Ending technical analysis.
These things just don't stop. How long we gotta keep this up?
If we could activate the Aegis faster, maybe we could mitigate some of our exhaustion as well. Actually, what do we know about this self-defense mechanism?
Universal control oversees the world through the terminals. But the defense functions refuse to respond when the terminals are under kaiju attack. The mainframe would go down without even noticing it was compromised.
So when it comes to the kaiju, the system's paralyzed?
That's one way to put it. And Operation Aegis is about covering for that weakness. The Deimos attacks open up vulnerabilities so they can attack the terminals. We exploit those same vulnerabilities with some low-grade hacking to provoke the terminal's security. And trigger the defenses ourselves. The Aegis system activates, and the terminal locks out the kaiju intrusion. If the threat of the Deimos is too subtle for detection, then we simply present a more obvious one.
So it's a ruse. Like sounding a fire alarm with no fire to get people bounding out of their bunks. Familiar shenanigans. Isn't that why they used to call you a no-account rascal?
At any rate, that's why we can't activate it until the D-forces are close enough to the terminals.
We made it.
That was a weird and yet surprisingly effective description. It isn't something that I've really been wondering about, but I did like the little analogy that they drew there, because I was sitting here thinking, why is it that the first thing that breaks is the defense mechanism? It's kind of like, do you ever watch Star Trek and the very first thing that breaks on all of their equipment is the off button? So all of a sudden the warp core is about to breach, and every avenue they have to simply turn it off is the very first thing that breaks. Here it's like, hey, we've got this super fancy defense mechanism, and it's the first thing that gets shut down.
Well, Kisaragi.
Oh yeah, no surprises there. Yeah, he was the king of being in the right place at the right time. Okay, Shu Amaguchi's easily bored. That's what she said. All right, and... yeah, I think the further that we've gone, the S rank is almost entirely powered by that win streak. Because look, half the score that we got was from that win streak back there. The streak bonus, 54,000 points on an overall score of 105,000 points. It doubled our score for how well we actually did. Hooray. Jam always wondered why in the Enterprise their control panels blow up. I think, like, it's terrible design, but also it would be not a very fun viewing experience if everybody was just sort of like gently rocking in their seats until suddenly the bridge depressurized and they were all just blown out into space. It's not very cinematic. No, we will not proceed to the next wave. So we've got about 20 minutes until More Than a Mia, so let's read about drum mines, or at least look at it. Where do we go here? If this is boring, I'm not going to read it. It's short. Kaiju with a body like a giant wheel. Once a target is acquired, it uses its rocket engine to spin its wheels and close in on the target at high speed. Afterwards, it uses a large amount of RDX-filled explosives inside to self-destruct. Quick question for people who know about these things. Is RDX an actual explosive, or is that sci-fi fantasy explosive? Okay, yeah, Remembrance. So here's where we at. Shu Amaguchi's done for now. Yeah, we have to hit wave 10 with him. We can't do that because we can't do Minami. We can't do him because we need to have one more person over 30% story. I could do Iori Fuyusaka, but we're closed off on that. Closed off on that. Closed off on this. Wait. Oh no, we're not. Oh, we could do hers. We could do Minami. Yeah, let's do Minami. I'm very glad that I checked because you guys, you know what I was going to do? Just so that there's no surprises. We have to find out what her deal is. She is such a strange attractor in this story. She appears in everybody's story. She never makes her goals or motivations clear. And she seems so thoroughly intertwined with everything that's happening. I can't wait. But with only a little bit of like opportunity left to advance, we're gonna have to set her aside, and instead we're gonna go advance Minami's story. All right, Natsuno Minami and BJ arrived in 2065 to find Sentinel number 17. Upon finding remains that looked like BJ, Minami discovered that he's actually a robot manufactured by Shikishima. Also, can we just take a moment that I've always sort of quietly, not really wondered, but worked out that the different sectors, Sector 0, Sector 1, Sector 2, referred to different time periods. Well, now we know that they refer to different sectors, or at least I'm starting to believe that. They're different domes, different sectors on this spaceship or space station or fucking VR platform or whatever we're on, and that's why they're called different sectors. So that sort of clears that up.
Uh-huh. Where'd he go?
All right, I will think about things in a second. Let's look around. Okay, let's actually think about stuff. All right, so it's been a minute, so we'll probably listen to some of these.
I saw a log made by me, but from 2188. In it, I spoke about a project capable of creating humans on another planet. And according to BJ, this is that planet, and we are those creations. But the log alone doesn't leave me entirely convinced. A small puncture on my cheek. Looks like I got stabbed by a needle. I must have gotten it in the girls' bathroom. But why can't I remember anything about it? Was I captured and had my memories erased? What if they implanted something in me? I'm probably overthinking it.
No, you're not overthinking anything. Also, the scar on her cheek was previously, I think it was her, revealed that it actually is shaped like a little number, and I think it's the number of her Sentinel.
At least for now. I told Miura-kun he should stay at Jiro-kun's house. After all, I'm the one who dragged him into this. I need to take responsibility. I mean, not in a weird way.
I don't know what the weird way is to take responsibility.
There's something else about Sentinel number 17. There are logs from 2188 hidden inside it. If I can find this Sentinel, then I can find out once and for all if these aliens are real. Turns out, he wasn't an alien. He was actually a futuristic robot made by a Japanese company.
I guess another outstanding question is, why build the dome centered on different points in human history? What would be the point of that, if not some weird social experiment? Because sooner or later it would have to end. You'd either have to kill everyone or blank out their memories or reveal the truth to them, and all of those seem like way more complicated than just not doing it at all.
The agents continue to lurk around the school. They gotta be searching for something. And I think I know. I'm almost sure of it. They still think BJ is an alien.
I do like, somebody else pointed out that Minami is so confident when she comes to the wrong conclusion, but second guesses herself anytime that she's correct. Also, Jab is clarifying, yes, RDX stands for Royal Demolition Explosive. It's also known as cyclonite or hexogen. The chemical name for RDX is 135 Trinitro? 135, okay, I can't pronounce that second word. It is a white powder and is very explosive. RDX is used as an explosive and is also used in combination with other ingredients in explosives. All right, cool. Yeah, it's sort of like the first time you hear about C4, you're like, what, is that just two things put together? But no, that's real. So I'd always kind of wondered about RDX. Not enough to type it into Google, though. But thank you for the information.
Whoa! Wow. You actually stayed hidden this time.
Yes. We can talk to BJ. No, BJ. No, okay, let me talk to BJ about BJ.
BJ? What kind of robot are you, anyway?
I am an AI. One integrated into a Sentinel. There was an incident. I had to transfer myself into this drone.
So when Miura-kun called you a piece of Sentinel technology, he wasn't wrong then.
Before we end, I might say the one positive thing that I have to say about the movie Replicas, starring Keanu Reeves. That is a very, very bad movie. But it did have one kind of cool idea, and maybe we'll return to that before the end of the stream.
You mentioned something once. That we're the ones who are aliens. That this is a different planet. I find that hard to believe.
Okay. I understand.
BJ, no, it's...
The Sentinel you're searching for. There's more than one, isn't there? The video logs from 2188.
Sentinel number 17's memory cell. It contains all of the logs.
Now that I've seen one, I need to know the truth. So I'm gonna be tagging along. At least until I get a good answer. Got it?
Not now.
Well, now that that's settled.
I do appreciate that none of the students ever have schoolwork that they need to attend to. Like, Natsuno can just completely blow off her track and field.
If BJ is about to be seen by someone, I'll just hide him.
Okay. I guess Yuki did bad on a test, and that's why she has detention.
This is certainly no time to be training. Let's go find it, little guy.
Aside from that, it's basically like Prison Break, where everybody can just do whatever they want all the time. Yeah, let's get out of here. I should probably check our map as well, our narrative map.
Again, Natsuno?
Listen, I'd really appreciate it if
I didn't tell Senpai?
Yep, yeah. We're in a similar situation where basically whatever we do is going to take us to something new. That was my thought about it.
Huh? Hey! Where do you think you're going? Skipping training again?
Well, the thing is, there's something I really gotta do, so...
You first years are such slackers. And now I gotta deal with our track room getting trashed.
Maybe a stray cat got in.
No. Someone broke the lock in the middle of the night.
I wonder, were those men in black looking for BJ?
Here you go with your nonsense again.
Let me see if there's anything else here first. Nope.
We're here.
Activate gate.
I have no memory about where we haven't been. And I can't now back out. Oh, I can. Okay, so we're going to shift from Tokisaka Shrine 3, and it doesn't give me any indication as to where we might be headed. So let me go to Sector 5.
1945. It wasn't there either.
Oh, okay. Then you'd think it would be at the other end. Let's go to Sector 1.
Sector 1. We've searched there already, haven't we? Where could number 17 be?
Let's go to Sector 1.
You want to look there again? What year is it in Sector 1 anyways?
2105.
The 22nd century?
Well, he wants to. I kind of feel like if we've already been there, but...
Access code approved. Designating sector.
Oh, and hello to Chivalry. Chivalry, if you can give us the heads up when Mia is going live, I would love to be able to raid over to her.
This is the only room with the lights on. Hey, BJ. You said this place is underground, right? How are things looking up on the surface?
Highly contaminated with toxic levels of radiation. The environment is still inhospitable for us.
Seriously? So we ended up nuking them?
It was the government's last-ditch effort after the city was destroyed.
And we still couldn't beat them?
There were too many of them. This underground facility is the last place of refuge. Nowhere else is safe.
Blobby is asking, isn't this the room where the robot girls were made? Although it's possible that they have multiple, like, generically designed labs that look extremely similar, yes, I think that's exactly what it is. I think this is where what we now recognize as Tetsuya Ida's workstation.
What have you been looking at this whole time?
I'm searching for memories.
Like your own memories?
After I ran a self-diagnosis on Miss Drone, I discovered my memories were fragmented and inconsistent. 72% of them have been deleted. They've been tampered with twice, possibly more.
By who?
Unknown. Though in all likelihood, the memory of the Sentinels' location was deleted then. In this facility is this era's largest quantum computer. If anyone were to store memories here, they would be at least 300 meters out.
What's wrong?
Someone just shifted to the hangar. They're coming this way.
What do we do?
Hide.
Who are they?
They erased every last trace from the system. We must hide, quickly.
Wait for me!
Force is confirming that all labs do look the same. Okay. So whether it's a genetics lab or a chemical lab or a weapons lab, they all use the... Oh, hold on, it's Chihiro.
What do you think?
Hard to say. I need more information. This D code is... problematic. It attaches to the part of the brain where memories are stored. It must be physically severed to be removed. The damage this procedure does to the brain is lethal.
That program, the one that severs the code, that's what's infecting the Sentinels.
Right. Sentinels. I wasn't aware that control over the automated factories could be partially adjusted. You did well to discover that detail.
It wasn't me. It was Jiro Izumi from 2 loops ago.
2 loops ago?
Have you forgotten? We've restarted twice since the world ended.
I see. The shifting range isn't just limited to residential zones. Sector 0 makes that possible. In any case, we don't have much time. Where did you get all this information from?
From the computer in the underground UFO.
UFO, huh? Is that what you've been calling it these days? Well, can we go there?
Yes, we can. You are the one who made it possible, after all. Have you really forgotten?
In case you couldn't tell, I have a child's brain. The occasional memory lapse is to be expected. Now, let's go.
I like the fact that I feel like she could have hidden any number of places, but she hid in the area that they'd have to sort of like squeeze by her to leave.
Wasn't that Chihiro-chan? And Goto-senpai was with her. You saw that too, right, BJ?
Calm down, Natsuno.
Man, if you didn't stop me, I totally would have jumped out at them.
Also, I'm really looking forward to like having a very complete view of the whole story so that I can rewatch moments like the conversation between Goto and Chihiro there and fully understand it, because I'm only getting part of it, right? I don't think there's a buried UFO. I think that they're on some sort of like a spacefaring ship and they're just presenting the ship's internal defenses as being a UFO. And then I still don't really comprehend the idea of loops. It implies that they've run these city simulations twice before and then basically reset them, which sounds like a euphemism for expunging them and starting them up again with a brand new genetic stock. But why? Why would you do any of that? And the thing is, I don't think that there's no answer. I just feel like the answer is not yet. We don't have enough information about it. Okay. Oh, sorry. I should think about stuff.
I saw Goto-senpai in the past. I guess he's able to time travel too.
Hello to Drienne.
She was dressed like a kindergartner. That was Chihiro-chan, right? Miura-kun's little sister? She didn't seem like she was unhappy to be there. And there was something different about her. Goto-senpai was talking to her like she was a scientist.
It's hard to put my finger on it, but the 4-syllable word she was using with confidence didn't really seem appropriate for a 6-year-old, but it could have been my imagination.
Hey, VJ?
I've located it. It was in the access log's history. My memories really were stored here after all.
Really?
Apparently. I predicted all of this. Somehow. We have a problem.
What is it?
I'm unable to locate the memory data. They're stored in the cache somewhere. But they appear to be hidden.
Isn't this supposed to be some super strong computer? Can't you do a quick search of it or something?
After a preliminary scan of the cache, 9.216 million data units were found. If I were to trace every unit, I'd need about 80 days.
I honestly cannot remember if I said hello to Drienne aloud, because I saw Drienne arrive and thought hello to Drienne if I didn't say it.
I must have left some kind of hint. Something to identify the data unit.
Identify? What do you mean?
Each unit is a 3-dimensional construct. Their coordinates consist of 2 alphabetical letters, as well as 2 numerical values. I know I left some kind of hint.
2 letters, huh?
So we believe that BJ is the memory imprint of Kitaro Miura. So it could be, probably just BJ.
Back when we first met, I just assumed BJ was your name. But maybe...
BJ. That's the name you gave me.
No, I didn't. You're the one who said it.
I have no logs of this exchange.
Wait, let me think. Yeah, it was something like... BJ 11-5...
BJ 11-5.
So, was that it?
Yes, I've located it.
Oh, right! And?
Sentinel number 17. I know its location.
So, where is it?
At an altitude of 500 kilometers.
No way! So, it's up in the sky?
Yes, in an artificial satellite orbiting the planet.
Orbit? Like, in space?
I cannot access it from here. Let's go.
Where? To space?
To the place Radio Doto mentioned. The UFO.
It's also possible that UFO stands for something that is not, that is not unidentified flying object. You know, it could be some other, like, clever little thing. All right, so now hopefully Mia is going to be live very soon. While we wait, let's bounce out to... I want to see the mystery files that might have been updated. So Tamau's ohagi, I don't know why this is in here, though they're lacking a bit of sugar. These ohagi that Tamao Karabe made for Kitaro Miura and Takatoshi Hijiyama are still soft, moist, and filled with red bean paste. They were given 5 of each flavor: strained red bean, coarse red bean, and roasted soy flour. I'm not even kidding, that sounds really good. Like, I'd love to try that. I don't know why we learned about that in the thing that we just did, but I'd be all aboard trying that. Okay, so here's BJ. BJ isn't his name, but is actually the coordinates of BJ 011-005 that BJ was looking for in order to find the memory cell. It's the word BJ kept repeating when he first met Minami for the first time. Thanks to Minami's good memory, he was able to easily recall it. Also, like, but that memory cluster had more than just location of the Sentinel. Was it all of his memories, or are all of his memories stored in the Sentinel? Also, this idea that BJ's memory is incomplete, I thought that maybe he was just sort of like, oh, yeah, sure, Minami, I'm an alien for sure. He may not know his true nature. He may not know that he's Kitaro Miura. So, like, that, again, brings new information in. Let's just scroll down here. Okay, and I've got... Nope, hold on. Nope, that's that. So... I gotta say, if we're gonna unlock something with a memory point, it feels like the corporation at the heart of everything is a good target. A business affiliated with Shikishima Conglomerate, the conglomerate has political ties and grew to its large size during the Meiji era. They started off their business mainly with shipbuilding, but afterwards entered the air transportation sector. During the war, they focused on weapons production, and post-war, they became a world-famous machinery maker that makes everything from household electronics to rockets. It's just the corporate spiel that we get every time Shikishima comes up. All right, so we could learn about Heisei Takamiya. Oh, actually, I kind of want to learn about that. I think that's Takamiya's father, who's like in prison for having killed a member of the mob. Currently serving a sentence for assault and attempted murder. He's the only real family Takamiya has, who also may or may not exist. He could be an implanted memory, for all we actually know. Forrest is saying it's just the way the history of his Etsy purchases, which he has been desperately looking for. Oh, was that the memory cluster that he wanted to know if he had gotten that mouse pad shaped like a cat? That's what it was. So, I am hoping that Mia is going to be live sometime around the end of this sentence. I'm going to check the text messages just in case there's been the update on that. But on our way out, so I'm going to spoil a significant plot event from the Keanu Reeves movie Replicas. I don't recommend that you watch it. However, sometimes bad movies can have an idea that at least I haven't encountered before, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm going to say something about this movie. If you plan to watch this movie, I can recommend many, many other movies that I would recommend over. Oh, Azric, thank you so much for the resubscription. God damn, 13 months, man. Thank you so much. And Ricardio, also thank you for subscribing earlier. And I'll look through near the end here before we raid over, just because Patikin gave us a raid and stuff, and I always feel a little bit rushed. But so here's the thing that I wanted to say about Keanu Reeves' movie Replicas, which you really do look at that movie and be like, why is Keanu Reeves in this? Like, I don't remember exactly when it came out, but it was like real close to like John Wick, I think. Like, talk about movies on the opposite ends of the quality spectrum. But so Replicas is ultimately, the whole premise is that Keanu Reeves is trying to figure out how to replicate a person's memories and personalities and put it into an artificial construct. And so far, he's only been approved to work on people that are on the precipice of death. So we'll get in like someone who's going to die or maybe has very recently died, and they jab some needles in, and the needles pull out his whole the whole personality of the person, and then they try to transplant that into a robot shell. And what has been happening so far is that as soon as they do this, the robot lifts up its head, looks around, and immediately beats itself to death. And they can't figure out what's happening. And for all the shitty things in this terrible movie, this storyline actually has an interesting premise and conclusion, which is, it turns out what happens is that when you are taking the full human brain and you're putting it into an artificial construct, the parts of your brain that are responsible for managing all of your autonomic functions, like breathing, like telling your heart to beat, like managing the endocrine system, if those systems don't exist, the fight or flight response is overwhelming. It's your mind is so convinced that because it's severed from the life support functions that it's trying to manage, if those don't exist, it just freaks right the fuck out. And it basically puts you into like, as though you were drowning, as though you were on fire. All capacity for rational thought is completely overridden by this desperation to restart the heart, restart the breathing. And they ultimately solve that problem in the movie by magic, sci-fi, blah, blah, blah. And they basically like turn off those parts of the brain so that the brain is no longer attempting to keep the body alive and is instead just capable of rational thought and emotion. And it really was the one kind of cool thing in that movie. It was like, I hadn't ever really thought about that. But yeah, your brain and your subconscious is a lot more than just the things that you realize. And I thought that was a cool part of it. And as we're playing through this game, where human beings are being uploaded into androids, into little drones, into Sentinels, I frequently thought about that part in the movie where if like centrifugal force had every part of her mind and consciousness put into like a little robot drone, that would probably be real unpleasant, I feel like. For a lot of reasons, like you wouldn't have the tactile sensation of touching things, you wouldn't be able to taste, you wouldn't feel like the wind, you wouldn't have the sensation of your own heart beating. All of the elements of being alive that you have sort of brushed aside in your consciousness, you no longer are aware of them, but I think that you would be extremely aware of them if they were no longer present. And I just think that's sort of an interesting concept, brought to you by the Keanu Reeves movie Replicas. So there we go. And here is Centrifugal Force, who says that Mia is live. Caroluna also says that Mia is live. Awesome timing. Let's go ahead and raid over to Mia right now. Just give me a heartbeat to figure this out. And hold on, let me mute the tab. No more weird echoes coming up. All right, and we are going to go ahead and raid over to Mia right now. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for episode 12 of, it was right on the screen, you guys, by the way. Episode 12 of Aegis Rim. I am feeling like we are into the last act of the game. There's plenty more to it, but I feel like we are sort of rounding the curve and rapidly piecing together what there is. And boy, I have really enjoyed taking this journey with you guys. So that's it. We're going to go raid over to Mia. And as we get over, I'll be happy to throw out some shout outs in her channel. So we will hand that out over there. So thank you to Ricardinho, Caroluna, Petikin, Centrifugal Force, Blobbity Blah, Chivalry, Epinomenon, Fluffy Magic Cat, and probably, Jab 5974, whose name I virtually never say in full. But thank you guys all so much for joining me. We will see you guys very soon for the continuation of this and Mad Max. And until next time, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.